Hey everyone, Kozuro here, and today I will be showing to you and explaining my process on making a fanart of Lynette from Genshin Impact. Lynette is a character that just came out with the region of Fontaine, and I really like her design, so I wanted to make a drawing of her. Also note that in the game, Lynette is a magician, but here I wanted to draw her as a general, as a warrior. So you might see some changes in her design, especially in clothes. Here you can see me starting the first phase of my drawing, which is the draft. During this phase, I make sure that the anatomy of my character is at least decent and doesn't look absolutely wrong or out of place. And I also try to make the illustration have a sense of flow in it, adjusting all the elements and the little objects in the drawing to make the illustration look good and have movement in it. Here you can see I fill my character with a color and also my background to try and have a sense of the values that my drawing will have in the end. And after that, it will be time to tackle the hair. With this drawing, I took a lot of risks because I tried a new way of drawing hair, which is not using a clean line art. I basically just took my rough and added color on top of it so that I could really focus on the shape of the hair and the overall 3D-ness of the hair. It's something I've never done before, and so I really struggled with it, and it took me a lot of time. And in the end, the result wasn't even that good, but at least I learned a lot of things. But I'll talk about what I learned later, because now it is line art time. Woohoo! No, just kidding. I don't like this phase because it is sometimes very tedious to make the line art, and you have to be kind of precise if you don't want your drawing to look rough. So basically what I do in this step is I just go over my rough with very clean lines to make my drawing, well, look cleaner. By the way, I use a new layer to make these lines because it will allow me later on to change their color, which is something I love to do. So now that I'm done cleaning my line art, what I do is I fill my character with one flat color. Then I draw the eye. And finally, I separate my pink color layer into multiple different layers. Each one has one color, basically one color per layer. This will allow me later on to be able to add detail on each and every part without having to worry about drawing out of the lines. Now I add gradients with multiply layer types so that I can basically have a general idea of the light on my drawing. And after that, it's rendering time, baby! And basically the reason why I'm excited about this part is I think it's the most fun part, but also the hardest to me. Because if you want a very detailed rendering, you need to have a good understanding of light and shadows, of shape, of 3D, of perspective, and so it's really hard. But I'll try my best to explain to you some parts of what I'm making here. So first what I do is draw the eye, as I just did, and then I tackle on the skin first, starting with just a simple shadow so that I have the overall 3D shape of my skin, and then adding some details in the shadows like other hues. I add a little bit of purple and then a little bit more saturated colors and stuff just to make it more vibrant. After that, I render the clothes. Here you can see me adding very sharp and contrasted highlights, and this is because I pay attention to the material of which her clothes are made, which in this case is latex, a very reflective material. And now let's move on to the part I was the most afraid of, the hair. And here I come to one of the most current advices that you can see on online, for example, tutorials on art, and it is: do not see hair as individual strands, small strands, but more so as big ribbons. And though I totally knew about this advice, I didn't apply it at all because I'm a Nah, just kidding. I did this on purpose. Like, actually, I really did this on purpose because I thought that this advice that I gave before was just to make your art faster, that makes you go through the process faster, and didn't think that it was to make your hair look better. But I was like, bro, I have so much time to waste. It actually is holidays, so why not just take 100 hours to draw the hair? I don't care. And it turns out that it actually looks better if you apply the technique I told before. But as Uncle Sam would say, there are no such things as mistakes in art, only opportunities to grow and become a better. Anyways, sorry Sam, but the message here is: do not beat yourself up for making mistakes in art, just see them as an opportunity to become better and to grow as an artist. Alright, I'm just gonna finish the rendering here and see you when I'm done. Now moving on to the flower rendering. I mean, it's not very detailed, but adding some small details like this and just random elements in your drawing can make it look a lot more finished and complex, whereas you just added random stuff. Just make sure that it fits well in the composition of your drawing. Okay, almost done here, just adding some last little effects that make the drawing look a bit more dynamic and even more magical. And yeah, move on to the last part of the drawing. So here's a quick tip for you. You can flip your canvas to try and see if there are mistakes in your drawing. And now that I'm happy with how it turned out, and I'm sure I don't want to change anything, I merge every layer into one single layer and add a camera raw filter. And here's the final result. Okay everyone, thank you for watching the video till the end, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed my content. Hoping to see you in my next video, but until then, see ya!